Hi guys, I'm Yogacrohnie and this is a flow that I promised I would record, and it's yoga that you can do in bed. So not only can you do it before you come down to rest, to sleep, you can also do this flow if you're feeling unwell. If you can't quite make it to your mat, you can practice yoga anywhere. So we're going to do our flow from our bed today. So come down and get yourselves comfortable and we will begin. Okay, so this is a super gentle flow. If at any point any of the poses feel a little bit too much, then please ease out. Just check in with how you feel physically, emotionally along the way, and you can always take a child's pose. So we are going to start just by connecting to our breath today. So you can either do this sitting up with crossed legs. You can take one foot slightly in front of the other if that feels better for you. If this is adding quite a bit of tension to your abdomen or your lower back or even your shoulders and hips, then you can start laid down. So I'm going to start laid down so that you can see. If you prefer to sit up, then you can. So coming to a place of comfort in your bed, and you can take your arms down by the sides, palms face up. If you're sitting, then the hands can be on the knees. And close down your eyes, or just soften the muscles around your eyes if that feels better for you. So we're just going to start this practice by coming into this space on your bed, in the space of your body, and the space of your breath. So just start to notice your breath. You don't need to change it in any way, you don't need to control it. But just notice how the breath feels. And if you are feeling unwell or in a state of anxiety or stress, you might find that the breath is quite shallow, up towards your shoulders and chest. So if this is the case, then don't judge yourself, be kind. We're just going to start to see if we can move the breath all the way down to the belly. So still breathing in through your nose. See if on your inhale, if you can fill the belly up with air. So really breathing from the lower lungs and the abdomen. If it helps you to connect to this sense of belly breath, you can take the hands to the belly. Really feeling the belly expanding and filling with air on your inhale. And then just allowing all the muscles to relax as you exhale. The belly will drop back down. Take a few more rounds. Just watching the breath. And allowing the breath to move in its own natural rhythm. And as we do connect to our breath, we're just allowing ourselves to connect and to let go of any thoughts that might be spiraling around in your mind. So just notice if the mind is still feeling quite busy, quite frantic. That's all good. Again, no judgment. But just see if you can try not to engage with any of those thoughts that might be coming into the mind. Just see if you can concentrate on your breath and just allow the breath to move those thoughts in and away. And we'll be working with this sense of no judgment and self-compassion and kindness in our practice today. So just being really gentle with yourself. So we're going to come all the way up to a seat if you're laid down. So you can gently start to bend one knee and then the other. And you can roll over to one side. It really doesn't matter which side. And pressing your top hand into your bed and coming all the way up. So taking your time, no rush, no pulling, no pushing, and keeping that sense of no judgment. So we're here with our practice. We've taken the time out of our day to do this for ourselves, and that is enough. So we're going to come to a cross-legged seat if you were laid down. So any cross-legged seat that feels good. But just seeing if you can find that sense of grounding through your seat bones. So maybe you rock gently forwards and backwards, side to side, just to find that place of balance. I'm going to start to bring in some movement into our neck to start with. So just finding some shoulder rolls. You can move with your breath, inhaling the shoulders up towards the ears and exhaling them down the back. You can keep the eyes closed if that helps you to connect this movement to your breath. And then starting to move in towards the neck. So still sitting up tall as you exhale, drop the chin down towards your chest. And then as you inhale, we'll slowly roll the right ear towards your right shoulder. And from here, just breathing into that left side of the neck, noticing all the sensations that you might be feeling there, maybe down towards that left shoulder. And you can keep both hands grounded on the knees. You could explore with the left hand reaching the fingertips away from you. So just noticing if that changes the sensations at all. And if at any point it becomes too intense, then ease away. As I said, just finding that sense of kindness and compassion for yourself in your practice. We'll release that left hand back to the knee if you took it out to the side, and then slowly roll the chin back to the chest, still sitting up tall through the spine. We'll take it to the other side, so rolling left shoulder towards left ear. And it might feel different on this side. You might feel some different sensations down the right side. So again, just noticing, accepting, acknowledging. And if you want to reach those right fingertips away from you, it might increase the sensation down towards the arm. And just keeping that breath flowing in its own natural rhythm. Good. Right fingertips, if they're reaching away, place them back gently onto your knee and we'll roll the chin back to the chest. Using your inhale to sit up tall, lift your gaze, shoulders drawing down away from the ears. So we're just going to start to bring some movement into the torso. So right fingertips can gently come down to the bed beside your right hip. As you inhale, reach those left fingertips all the way up overhead. So we're looking for some space down the left side of the torso, the left ribs. Allow that bottom right shoulder to draw down away from your ear. So if you find that the shoulders are scrunching up towards your ears, then exhale, soften them down. So we're still grounded through both seat bones. And then from here, we'll slowly take that top hand all the way down to the mat. Gently walk the hands around in front of you and take a gentle forward fold. So finding this hinging motion from your hips, you can soften the torso over the legs and being kind, so not yanking or pulling yourself into any position. If the hips are feeling a little bit tight, you can always stay a bit higher up onto the palms or the fingertips. And still drawing the breath down towards the belly. The belly expands on your inhale and then just softens on the exhale. So really finding this sense of softness through the body. As you inhale, we'll slowly lift back up, rolling through the spine, stack one vertebrae on top of the other, and then we'll take that side stretch to the left. So left hand comes down beside your left hip. Big inhale, reach the right fingertips up overhead. So still staying soft through the shoulders, drawing them away from the ears. And just looking for a little bit of length through the right ribs, the right torso. Just checking in with your neck and your jaw, making sure that you're not tensing. And big long breaths all the way down to the belly. As you exhale, we'll take that top hand all the way down to the bed. And we'll walk the hands back round again. So forward fold. Maybe you fold a little bit further from the hips. Just allowing the heart space to melt down towards your bed. So softening through the back of the neck, finding that length all the way from the crown of your head down to your seat bones. So a really nice spacious breath into the back of the body and really seeing if you can fill up into your lower back with your breath. Good. As you inhale, we'll slowly come all the way back up to your seat. We're going to make our way to a tabletop from here. So take your time. There's two ways to get there. You can either roll straight over your knees. If you're feeling any pain in the legs today, unravel the legs and just sweep them round behind you. So coming all the way over to a tabletop position, bring your hands comfortably underneath your shoulders, and you can spread the fingers as much as you need to plug down through the fingertips. Knees are underneath the hips, and we'll find some cat and cow motion here. So just working through our major joints, our hips, our shoulders, and through the spine. So with your cat and cow, as you inhale, start to lift the tailbone towards the sky, drop your belly towards the bed, and lift your gaze. So really nice opening through the front of the abdomen, the front of the chest. And as you exhale, press through the hands, draw the tailbone down, and draw chin to chest. So really rounding through the spine. Take a few rounds and close your eyes so that you can really find this sense of breath to movement. Inhaling for your cow, drop the belly. And then exhale for your cat, pressing the mat away, finding space between the shoulder blades, big stretch down the spine. Good. Keep moving with your breath as fast or as slow as you need to. Really finding that sense of presence here, so connecting to the movement without any judgment or expectation. We're not pulling or pushing ourselves anywhere, just allowing the motion and the movement and the breath to flow. Good, lovely. So we're going to come to a child's pose from here. So in our child's pose, you can either keep the knees hip width apart, or you can take them a little bit wider. Big toes come to touch, and then send the seat bones back towards the heels. So you can take a little wiggle through the hips side to side to find a place of comfort, especially if you're in pain today. Allow your belly to completely soften between your thighs. And then when you're ready, you can walk the fingertips further away from you, melting your heart, melting your forehead down towards the bed. So this is just a really grounding and nurturing pose. So it allows us to find some space through the back of the body. It allows us to soften through the belly and the hips. If you need a bit of support underneath your forehead, you can bend one elbow and then the other, placing the hand on top of the other, and then allowing your forehead to come down to your hands. Maybe you take a little wiggle through the forehead, rocking side to side to release any tension. We tend to hold quite a lot of our stress and tension in our forehead, so a nice opportunity to just massage out. If your hips are feeling a little bit tight today and you want some support, you can grab a pillow and you can use this as a support to comfort the chest and take a little bit of strain away from the hips. So take your pillow, your support out in front of you, and then you can slowly come back down to your child's pose, allowing the chest and the belly to be supported by that pillow. So we'll just spend a few moments here. Again, you can take the head to the hands. And really notice how the shoulders are feeling. So just see if you can relax the shoulders down either side of your chest. Allowing the breath to flow up and down the body in its own natural rhythm. The inhale fills all the way down to your belly. And with every exhale, using that as an opportunity to soften through your body, checking your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, those areas where we tend to subconsciously hold tension. And just noticing what arises here. Again, if your mind is feeling a little bit frantic, no judgment. Just allow those thoughts to come and go. Just try not to entertain them, try not to engage with them. Any sensations through the body, welcome them in. And then we'll slowly prepare to come away from our child's pose. So take your time, slowly pressing the hands into the bed, and you can release that support if you took it. So taking a moment just to walk back to sit onto your heels. You can keep the knees wide if that feels good for you. And you can take the hands down to the knees or rest them in the lap. Good. So just spending these few moments, you can close down the eyes, just being present for yourself in your practice today, just acknowledging all the sensations that are running through your physical and emotional body. And then we'll slowly come back to our tabletop, so walking the hands out in front of you, underneath your shoulders. Coming down to a seat, so drop the hips to one side. Take your time, again, there's no rush. And we're going to take a forward fold here. So again, if your hips are feeling a little bit tight or your hamstrings, you can use that support, that pillow. You can take the pillow and slide it underneath your knees. So this is just a nice way to take any tension off the back of the legs. The knees can be about hip width apart. If you don't want to use the pillow, that's also cool. You can have the legs straight out in front of you. So finding that sense of connection through the seat bones down into the earth. Rock your hips side to side. And then as you inhale, really grow tall through your spine. Crown of the head reaches to the sky. And as you exhale, we'll find that hinging motion from your hips. You can walk the hands down to wherever they land, either side of the legs. And the palms can either be face down for some grounding connection, or you can flip the palms to face the earth, the sky, as an opportunity to just surrender here. Gently drawing the chin towards the chest, rounding through the back. Allowing the belly to soften between your thighs. So a little bit like our child's pose, the body is closed here, so it's quite a comforting and nurturing posture to be in. You can close down your eyes and again, just notice how the breath feels. Shoulders relaxing down away from your ears. No pulling, no pushing, no judgment for where you might feel you need to be in this posture. Having no attachment to the shape or how far you're folding forwards. So just allowing the breath to move up and down your body and just allowing your body the chance to have this space to soften, to relax. Giving yourself the opportunity to connect to the sensations of your physical and emotional body. As I said before, just welcoming it all in. And from here, when you're ready, you can slowly inhale to lift away, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, and we'll come all the way back up to a seat. So we're going to find our half butterfly here, so sliding that support out from underneath your knees. And you can use the support again if you want to. See how it feels. But we're going to bend our right knee up towards the chest and then gently allow the knee to just roll out to the side. Bringing the right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Good. So we're going to start to fold forwards between our right knee and our left foot. So gently flex your left foot, so draw the toes towards you. And if you want to use your pillow, you can, bringing it out in front of you, maybe folding it in half for a little bit of extra height. And then as you inhale, again, finding that length and space through the spine, lifting up tall. And as you exhale, we'll gently fold from the hips forwards. So you can come down to your support, you can rest your forehead on your hands. If you're not using your support, you can come down towards the hands or maybe the forearms if there's space. And really finding that hinging motion from your hips. So just seeing if you can keep more of a flat back here. So crown of the head is reaching forwards as you inhale, lengthening through the spine. And then using your exhale to soften, softening through the belly, softening through the hips, allowing gravity to just draw you down towards the earth. Towards this nurturing space of your bed. And we'll just take 2 more rounds of breath in your own time, in your own rhythm. Using your inhale, slowly lift back up, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, sitting up tall. And we'll just take it to the other side, so gently, without any forcing, draw that right knee back in. Lengthening that right leg and drawing the left knee in. So especially if you're feeling a little bit painful, move with care. Take your time, there's no rush. So drawing the left sole of the foot towards your inner right thigh. Again, if you want to use that pillow, that support, it's welcome. We're in bed after all. So again, using your inhale to really grow up tall through the spine. Use that breath, that prana, that energy to fill you with that fresh sense, that vitality. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly hinge from your hips, coming down to wherever you land. So not having any attachment to what you feel the shape should be. Notice if that right foot's soft. See if you can just gently flex the toes towards you. Just allowing yourself to be as you are in your practice in this moment. No judgment, no expectation, just simply being, body and breath. So again, using your inhale to really find that length through the spine. And then using the exhale to just fold. Gravity draws you down. And we'll just take one more round of breath here. In through the nose and out through the nose. When you're ready, gently press into the hands, walking them back, lifting yourself up. And then we'll draw the left knee all the way up to your chest and extend that left leg. Any sensations in the hips, you can have a little wiggle out. And then we're going to come all the way down to our backs. So you can come down, take your time. Lowering down with as little effort as it takes. And from here, you can just gently close your eyes. So just bringing the attention away from your external surroundings to your internal world. And we're going to take half Asana, so drawing your right knee all the way up towards your chest. And you can either hug the back of the thigh, or you can take the hands around the front of the shin. So just hugging this right knee up towards your chest. If this is a little tight to the front of your left hip, then you can bend the left knee and place the foot onto your bed. And just take some long breaths. With every exhale, your belly will drop back down towards the bed, creating a bit more space for you to draw this right knee closer towards your chest. If your left leg is straight, then gently bend the knee, place the foot on the bed. And then we'll release the right knee and take it to the other side. So using your inhale, slowly draw left knee to chest. Again, hugging wherever feels comfortable for you. So you can take the hands to the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. Either keeping the right knee bent, sole of the foot on your bed, or you can straighten the leg. So choosing an option that feels good for you. Again, no forcing, no pulling, no yanking, just allowing as the belly softens back down on your exhale, the knee has a bit more room to draw closer towards the chest. And then from here, if your right leg's straight, so we will bend the knee. And draw the knee up towards left knee as well. So full Asana, you can take any motion here. Maybe you stay still and connect to your breath, really hugging your knees to chest. Or you can rock side to side, just gently massaging out through your lower back. Just finding a lot of length through the spine. You can tuck your chin up towards your knees if it feels okay for the abdomen. Really hugging in tightly. Maybe giving yourself a big hug of gratitude and appreciation for doing this practice today, even if you're feeling unwell. And then when you're ready, you can release your knees. Stretch the legs away from you, and we will find our Shavasana, our relaxation. So coming to a laid down position that feels comfortable for you. If it's more comfortable to keep the knees bent, soles of the feet on the bed, you can. But just let the knees gently knock in together. So just taking any weight away from your lower back. And you can either keep your hands on your belly, which is quite a nice way to just feel your breath moving up and down the body. Or you can take your hands out either side of your hips with your palms facing up. If you want a little support for the neck and head, you can obviously bring your pillow back in, placing it underneath the head just for a little bit of support. So we want to be completely comfortable here so that we can completely surrender. So we've taken the time to ground and center. We've taken the time to connect to our breath. We've moved into our body, our joints, our muscles, and now we're just taking a few moments to allow those sensations to flow up and down the body. Still staying connected to your breath and still staying present. So if your busy mind is traveling off to other places, then again, just no judgment, only kindness. Just see if you can draw your mind back. Taking a few breaths. Notice where the breath travels to in the body. And we'll take a quick body scan here. So starting at the top of your head, allow the back of the head to feel completely heavy, melting down into the bed or your pillow. And then taking your attention to the back of the neck, seeing if it can just be in its own natural place for that natural curvature of your neck. Allow the upper, the middle and the lower back to soften. Again, allow the natural curves of your spine to just melt down into the bed. The hips, the pelvis, really, really heavy. So just allow everything to soften. All of the muscles, your bones are heavy. And then the legs, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Allowing everything to be still and heavy. The arms are heavy, stretched out beside you. And just travelling up to your face. Just checking the muscles in the face, the forehead. Allowing the eyes to be heavy in their sockets. The muscles of your jaw completely relaxed. And maybe just part your lips. Allowing all of the muscles to soften. The tongue is relaxed in the mouth. And allow your breath to wave its way up and down your body in its own natural rhythm, with no judgment and only kindness. And we'll just spend the next few moments with our breath, just allowing us to absorb this new energy from our practice, this time and this space that you've created, and all from your bed. And if you want to stay here for a little while longer, then please do take all the time that you need. Maybe you just roll to one side and are ready for bed. Maybe if you're ready to come away from your Shavasana, you can start to gently bring some movement back to your physical body. So just starting to deepen the breath. And you can wiggle your fingers and toes. You can roll through your wrists and ankles. So again, no forcing, no pulling, just see what movement comes to you. Maybe taking some larger movements. You could draw the knees back up to the chest, or you could take a full body stretch, reaching the arms up overhead. Just drawing yourself back away from that space of your practice. And we'll slowly, again, just roll to one side, any side. And then when you're ready, you can gently press your top hand into your bed to lift you back up to a comfortable seat. And when you find that comfortable seat, take the palms down to your knees. Keep your eyes closed or heavy. Just finding that sense of connection through the palms into the knees, coming back to your physical being. And just take a moment just to acknowledge the energy, your energetic state, how you feel after your practice, soaking up all those sensations. And then we'll close our practice. So as you inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky and take your palms together. And we'll draw the palms down towards your forehead, hovering over your third eye to think of kind thoughts. Then hovering the hands over your lips for thinking of kind words. And then hovering down over your heart space for thinking of kind and compassionate actions, especially towards yourself. And with all that in mind, I invite you to bow forwards with gratitude and appreciation for yourself today. Oh, thank you so much for trying this flow, this bed flow. I hope, especially if you're feeling unwell, I hope that it gave you a chance to just connect back to your breath, back to your body. I hope that you were able to maybe shift any stagnant energy that was kind of hanging around. Hopefully you feel a little bit more refreshed, a little bit more calm. And just remembering that you can practice yoga anywhere. You don't have to be down on a mat in any specific space, in any specific clothing. So if at any point you want to return back to this flow, please do. And I hope to see you again soon.